Hi everyone and welcome back to the London Watch Collector channel. If you've just tuned in to my channel, I'm a watch collector, a watch enthusiast. I'm basically addicted to watches. And on my channel, I'll be sharing my passion for watches using 4K content. I'll be discussing and showing you brilliant timepieces ranging from Seiko to Patek Philippe. So guys, if you enjoy my reviews, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure to click on the notification bell and follow me on Instagram. So guys, this week we have something completely different, something I never really thought I'd do. So one of my subscribers, he left me a comment saying that I should show the vehicle and review it. So I replied, I told him I'm not really keen on reviewing my cars because this is a watch channel and the purpose of this channel is to share with you my passion for watches and review the watches that I have in my collection. But I thought, you know what, if it hits 250 likes, I'll actually do it. And to my surprise, it's currently at 881 and that's 4 days after the comment was left. And of course, I'm a man of his word. Unfortunately, I won't be talking anything about the watches. This is purely about my G-Wagon. While we're driving through sunny London in this beautiful summer's day, I need to address something. I don't usually respond to trolls, and I hardly have any trolls on my channel. And I'm very lucky to have you decent people watching me, subscribing to me, following me on Instagram. But I've noticed a few comments here and there for a while. Some people saying that this is oil money or I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. And some say that I'm spending my family's money, my dad's money, or I've inherited this money. And I don't work and I just spend left, right and center on watches and cars. And I just want to say this once and for all. To clarify, not that I need to, but because I want to. I have never ever used anyone else's money, not my family, not my relatives. I've earned everything through hard work. Every watch, everything that you see that's a luxury item, I have bought with my very hard-earned money. I can proudly say that I am self-made. With no help whatsoever, I haven't used anyone's connections, any influence whatsoever, no family connections, no oil or gold in my backyard, no diamonds or silver spoons in my mouth. I've worked hard and now I'm enjoying it. So guys, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and give you some specs of this car. But just before I reveal it and show you some photos and videos, you need to hear the sound of this beast in one of London's tunnels. We're gonna go to Regent's Park. I'm gonna park the car, give you a nice little tour of the inside and the outside. While we do that, I'm gonna run you through the specs of this car. I bought this car back in 2019. It's a Mercedes-Benz, a G-Class or a G-Wagon, an AMG G63. And basically it's a 4.0 liter, a V8 bi-turbo, giving a horsepower of 577 at 6,000 RPM and a torque of 627. Although I am a petrol head and I know all about engines, I could go into the details of telling you that this engine being an overhead camshaft engine and having 4 valves on each cylinders and telling you about the stroke and the bore. I won't bore you in such details because this is my first review of one of my cars and I'm not really sure if I'm going to continue doing this. But let me know in the comments below if you want me to continue doing such reviews, going into such details and sharing with you the more little details of the car when it comes to the engine, when it comes to the specs. But for this review, I'm going to keep it short, simple. It's more about the looks of the car, how it drives, and the positives and negatives of this car. So starting with the positives of this car. First of all, the aesthetics of it is just absolutely amazing. I just love the look of it. And most importantly for me, which was the reason I actually got this car back in 2019, is because we had a newborn and we needed a spacious car. I was contemplating this car with a couple of other ones, but I'm glad I chose this one because it's the space it has for a car seat at the back with plenty of leg room, a large boot that fits a pram and all the other bits and bobs. The height of it is also quite comfortable, especially with a newborn. Me being over 6 foot tall, a low car would actually just become more of a hassle. So it's definitely a good family car, but you have to consider that it's quite loud. And the doors usually wake up my son when he was young. Not to mention how bumpy it is. My son definitely loves the bumpy ride. Not to forget to mention an important factor, especially here in the UK where fuel isn't really cheap. The petrol consumption is quite high, especially if you get excited like I do once in a while and push down on that throttle. It does consume quite a lot. If you put it under comfort mode, it obviously reduces. So the big question is, does the positives outweigh the negatives? And is it worth the price tag? Honestly, for the price tag, you can get way better cars in the market, but it's a love and hate relationship, and I always relate to the G-Wagon as the Rolex Deep Sea Deep Blue, because you don't need that nearly 4 kilometers water depth and that extra thickness and the titanium caseback and that 44mm size, but you just have to have it. And it's the same thing with the G-Wagon. It's not the most feasible car to own when it comes to running costs, maintenance costs. At the same time, you just fall in love with it, and there's not a week that goes by that I don't take this car for a nice ride. Just over a year and I've already covered over 12,000 miles. I can just show you how much I've enjoyed this car. I've taken it up and down the country on nice road trips, and I've enjoyed it during summer, winter and autumn. The way the car sounds is like music to my ears, so I'm not gonna talk anymore. Enjoy the rest of the review, me driving in London on the highway, and I'll catch you next week. that's all for this week. Thank you for watching.